Hey, John Cruz here. We're going to go out on the second day of practice here at the PAA All-Star event here in Garland, Texas. We're on Lake Ray Hubbard. It's a little bit windy out there. Caught some fish yesterday on the Fat John. We're going to go throw some baits around, see if we can figure out what's working. Hopefully, one of the Spro Little Johns or the Fat Johns will be the deal. We're going to find out today. Welcome to the second day of practice. Let's go have fun. See, the watercolor here has got a nice green tint to it. Really good for a crankbait. Anytime you're throwing a crankbait, you like to have a little bit of stain. This lake's got a lot of shad. It's got a lot of rock, not a lot of grass, and it's got a nice stain to the water. So that's a great combination for throwing a crankbait. The wind is absolutely piping. You know, we're here at Ray Hubbard in mid-April, mid to late April, and the fish spawned. I think they've been spawning for the past month or so, maybe even a little bit longer. I saw a few fish that looked like they were kind of guarding the bed yesterday. Definitely not paired up. That stuff is all gone. I didn't even see any fry. I saw some other fish fry, but I didn't see any bass fry yesterday. So that tells you that they're pretty much done, pretty good ways out. But I think they're still in the post-spawn funk to where they're not quite in their summer patterns yet. The water's still kind of cool. It's in the upper 60s. It's not quite into that mid to high 70s where they get out there on their summertime stuff. So, you know, sometimes we might have to drop back and throw a little finesse stuff. If you can locate them, a lot of times the shallow running crankbaits can be a good deal, because those fish stay in that 4 to 6 foot range before they head out there to their deeper stuff. But they're hard to get to bite. Little John might be the deal. There he is. Man, this feels like a good one. It's a little one. He smoked it though. There we go. Figure us out a little something. I just nabbed him right in the nose with the nasty shad, MD. Nice little pound-and-a-halfer. Put him back. I had a bad spot. That fish got me around something down there. So you always want to, when you're throwing a crankbait, you always want to check your line. As you can see today, it's extremely windy, and I'm actually fishing into the wind. And there's not a lot of little crankbaits like this that you can throw into the wind. But I've got a 10-pound vicious line, so I'm using a nice light line, throwing the Little John MD. And I'm able to make good, accurate casts into the wind. Not a lot of baits you can do that with. Yep, there he is. I don't know if it's it's a little bass. He got him a mouthful, that's for sure. Look at that. Chomp. Not the bigger ones we're looking for. Let's try it again. See if we can't get a big one. I was working that rock wall with a little bit deeper bait. The boat was sitting in about 10 to 12 feet of water, pretty close to the bank, so it was a real steep bank. Sometimes in that post-spawn period, the fish will get around these floating type docks like we have around here, and the Fat John can be a really good bait because it's got a real hard thump to it, and you can throw it around those floating docks and you can catch those fish a lot of times. Behind people will be throwing other baits. They'll be throwing worms, they may be throwing jigs, they may be throwing spinner baits. They may catch a few fish, but you can go right behind them with a fat wobbling crankbait like the Fat John and catch them quite a few times. There he is, little guy. Oh, Fat John. That's what I was talking about, around those floating piers. Still not quite the quality we're looking for, but another clue on how to catch them. That might be the deal. You just have to run through a few small ones and catch some bigger ones. But the old Fat John came through again. I guess the fish in this lake are, like a lot of the fish in this area, they're real shad oriented, and so they really like that vibration of the crankbait, which makes the Little John, the Fat John, real good. Made us another move over here, got a little more protected over here. We tried an offshore spot, and then we're going to try to just cover a lot of water, getting on the bank, main channel banks, and just fishing shallow and covering a lot of water. See if we can catch some fish that way. There he is. Better fish. Woo! Got her. I got her. Look at that. Ate that Little John, yes sir. I may have to just fish the most obvious looking stuff. That might be it. Just beat it, beat it, beat it. A nice 2.5 pound fish. That fish absolutely pounded that Little John. We just made another little change, and this is a main lake causeway. It could be a deal where this is obvious. I mean, I think I saw another boat just leave it, but you might just have to fish that obvious stuff. Might have to drop back to finesse. I'm sure early you can catch some more, or if you get some shade like this right here, you can catch some on the Little John. This water's does have enough stain. You could probably catch them on a crankbait all day, and that's important. As long as you have enough stain, you can fish a crankbait all day and catch fish just like we did. I mean, it's almost 1 o'clock, and we just caught a nice 2.5 pounder. So we're gonna keep chunking and winding and see if we can't find a stretch. It's got a few more of them than others.